What's up YouTube? It's Davin here and today I'm vlogging. So yeah, special day. I'm meeting someone very special. So I want to share with you guys. I don't know, he told me to meet him here and yeah, we're still waiting. So let's wait and see. JT, it is you who inspired me to get into production.
Why?
Do you remember? I don't think you remember this, but when I remember I came with Marvin, we were doing my first songs, and I couldn't record well. But I was trying to tell you the beat should be like this, and you're like, hey man, you guy, I don't know, you should just produce for yourself, because you know. But when I got to China, as school starts, I decided, you know what, let me try out this thing, let me see how it goes. So I looked for a few studios, I met a few people, and yeah, I got a laptop, but I used Ableton Live, and I realized
Ableton is good, yeah.
Yeah, but I realized like such many African producers, everyone uses Logic, so I had to.
No.
Well, which for you? I'm sure for you know.
For studio, yeah. For studio, yeah, but many people use Fruity Loops for making beats. Fruity Loops is not Fruity Loops without Fruity Loops sounds.
Okay.
Yeah. Fruity Loops with imported sounds. That's what most people use. Because it's hard to, unless you have like an iMac or something, MacBook Pro or something. You can't walk around making beats with Logic. Logic of these days is too heavy.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
Yeah, but I downloaded Logic and I was, because I saw this place and you look through the photos and you realize, oh, it is Logic. I'm like, if I had to do a session here, because I have come with my beat ready made, I just want to put the nice vocals, use the nice microphone. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. But
when was the last time you recorded?
When was the last time I recorded?
Because you've been making beats.
I've been making beats. Now, for me, I would say I went into more songwriting. It's like, yeah, I can record, but it's not nice sound like oh, this is my song. No, I just have a lot of songs that I've written, but I just want to find a nice singer, meet people, like, oh, this person is a singer. It's like, hey, go listen to this. Tomorrow we'll come to masters and record it. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know, I just like production, but what I'm getting into is, I don't know if you, electronic music?
I think I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah. I like it so much because production is so complex. It's so, like, you listen to the song, it sounds so easy, just boom, 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 yeah? But when I started to produce it, man, you realize, keeping the interest in a song, changing all these small little things. Yes, so... But then, when I started to produce it, it's not our music, it's not African music. Okay, I wasn't really feeling it, like, this is not my music. But there is an idea that I have, like, how would African music sound with electronic sounds? So I started listening to Fela Kuti, I started listening to all the greats that have existed, now trying to understand how Afrobeat came to be. I've been listening to Paul Cafero because I want to understand, like, imagine that guitar, that Kadongo Kamu guitar. What if it was played by a synth, like, Silent One? How would it sound? But it's so hard to program because it's more of a feel. You can't really program those melodies. And I don't know how to play the guitar. But then...
But MIDI you can track.
Yeah, you can track. Now that's actually what I want to do is, like, get those Kadongo Kamu guys, yeah? Like, let them, if they can play it in MIDI, and, they play their thing, but I track that MIDI and have it.
I don't think they can play MIDI.
No, the guy just comes to play his piano. He doesn't know it's...
Those guys don't use piano. They use guitars. That's not piano. Guys don't play piano, not here. There are guys, I know a producer who can basically play any instrument. So one of those old guys.
Is it the guy with the Safari jazz thing?
Yeah.
I thought, oh, man, I would like to meet that guy. If JT gives props to another producer, I'm like, wow, this guy must be really... But yeah.
I don't even know why to do it, but I think I have his number somewhere. Somebody has it.
So now my first question, it's about you post a lot about music theory. What do you think is the best way to like start this music theory journey? Because honestly, even me, it scares me. It's like you must know the music before you start to produce it or play it. Yeah. So for you, what do you think is the best way? Like go to music school, or just teach yourself at home?
Without music school, you can still teach yourself. The only issue is to be slower.
Ah, okay.
Much slower, because you have to click on things, then figure it out, then click help, then Google, ask questions, what, then call somebody, wait for the person, set up an appointment. That whole thing.
Yeah.
So school just speeds up.
Ah, okay.
But what I saw about school is, even when you finish school, that means you're a producer.
Okay, yeah.
You're just excited.
Yeah.
You're just excited. Yes. So, I think I started producing properly like 2 years
After school.
After music school. Yeah.
Ah.
Sorry, production school. Like
Okay.
because the school, okay, it was practical. Most production school, it has to be practical.
Yeah.
You have to. But they take time to teach you theory, and then they teach you practicals in a way that challenges where you have to kind of investigate. You have to kind of find out things yourself, because when somebody just plays, let's say makes a beat, they can't exactly make you do what they did.
Yeah.
You have to figure out your own way of doing it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true.
So that's why it takes time.
Yeah, it really takes. Actually, some people, like say this person asks, he's like, "Hey, teach me how to make beats," and I'm like, I really can't teach you, but I can show you the basics. Like, oh, the EQ does this. Okay, but then you have to go out on your own and figure it out. What about songwriting? Same thing. You have to, because I think songwriting, like for example, producer, you can't be good at everything. But you can have some people who are songwriters like come work with you and but then if for example here you say you must come when you are ready to get your thing done. Where do you go for you as you write the songs that you write? Where do you go to make those songs before you bring them here to finish them? Do you have like your own personal studio, like at home you set up and then
No, because songwriting you can write from anywhere. Usually when the idea comes, it's important to just put it down. Even if you're in the bathroom. Sorry for that, but you just put down the idea.
Okay.
Then finally, when you're thinking about studio, you get time and you sit somewhere with you on your bed and you say, okay, now all this stuff that I put together, how does it come together into one song?
Okay.
What you can learn about songwriting, even on Google, is how to sell. Okay, to make pieces of music that people will buy.
Okay.
That's when they'll give you a certain kind of arrangement, a certain kind of technique of writing and stuff like that.
Okay. So like song structure, you can have all these ideas, but then you have to put them in a good song structure.
Yeah.
How to make a hit and all that stuff. Then what's this thing about sound engineers? Like, okay, you produce, you can you write the song perfect, but then what about this part of mixing and mastering? Do you have to do it by yourself, or you have to?
It's important not to.
Okay. Have someone do it for you.
When you produce, a producer's job is to direct.
Okay.
The producer guides the direction of a song. He's the one who knows where it begins, what's supposed to happen along the way, and he has the final picture in his mind.
Okay.
That is a producer. He doesn't have to know how to play any instrument.
Okay.
And that depends on the project.
Okay.
The engineer is the one who translates this stuff into actual sound or music.
Okay.
That's the engineer.
Because now, for example, I would say I come from an electronic music standpoint, yeah? Literally, you are the producer, you are the soundist, because you have to do your own sound design, have those special, because if you use everyone else's sound, your song will sound just like everyone else. So, it's like you're the producer, you're even the one who's doing your mastering, because you have to go DJ it out, so you have to test it out all the time. Now, there is in that realm, people is like, you don't need to do your own mastering. But at the same time, it's really expensive to have someone master your songs. You see? So, for a young producer, what would you suggest? Like, learn how to do your own mixing and mastering. Then when you get some money, you can have someone else, or just do it all by yourself. Don't care about anything else.
Yeah, you can learn. You can teach yourself. The thing about guys who do it professionally is there's stuff you can dedicate time into, stuff like reading and practicing exactly what is supposed to be done. There's one thing you cannot rush, that is the growth of the ear.
Okay.
Now those old producers have that over everybody else. Those guys hear stuff other people can't hear.
Yeah,
because their ear has grown like that. So your ear grows at a pace you cannot speed up. Doesn't matter how clever you are, doesn't matter. Just that's how the ear grows.
Okay.
The best you can do is provide a conducive daily environment for the ear to grow.
Okay.
But that's what those guys have. And those guys who have that, they just have an upper hand.
Yeah, because sometimes a person can be like, too much highs, it's like, or reduce this power rate. But for you, when you are listening to it, you're like, oh, this is fine, this is nice.
So when you start to do that stuff yourself, you'll be flexing a lot.
Okay.
Which is okay.
Yeah, okay.
Learning is good.
Yeah, that's true.
But after doing, you even produce and learn how to make decent masters and mixes that people like. They'll play on radio and stuff like that. But as you go along, as your ear grows, you start seeing this stuff that was kind of not that big a deal.
Do you ever listen to like the old songs you made?
Yeah.
How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel like it depends on the stage.
Yeah.
And I believe it was okay for that stage.
What? You tell me, okay, you said after 2 years of production, that's when you felt like, okay. But do you remember that certain song that you listen to and you're like, I think I got this. I think
it was a beat.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where it is right now, but nobody ever sang to it. Jay and I wanted to sing to it, but I think that was the time I was really busy.
You felt like
I felt like this one will work for you.
Actually, me that first beat, like the beat I made and I liked it. I remember I was in my room and I jumped to my bed. I'm like, like finally I figured this out. But yeah. But okay, so I want to also ask about. Okay, yeah, you say you talked about it having. It's the producer who has the direction.
So the artist can also produce. The producer also doesn't have to compose the song.
Okay.
He's just the person who has the direction of the song. That's it. It can be your friend who tells you, well, imagine this, like this, like this, like this.
Okay.
It should end up like this. And you're a producer, you automatically become either a composer or an engineer.
Okay.
Because now your job either becomes to write it down, there you're a composer. Or your job becomes to translate it musically with computers or hardware. You're engineering. The other guy is the producer.
Okay.
Sometimes the artist comes with that whole vision in their head. And they tell you, this is what I see, this is what I see. Then you know which position you're going to play. Okay. You're not going to fight with somebody that, me, I'm a producer, so I'm the one supposed to call it. No, that's childish.
Yeah. So I can tell that it's actually this whole thing of creating music is very flexible. You cannot just have one standpoint. And I think we misuse the word producer so much because everyone just says I'm
Some people prefer to just have one standpoint.
Okay.
That's it.
Ah.
Usually, I don't know if this is the right reason, but usually when they have become a proper brand, that's when you hear somebody saying, I only master music. That's all I do. Or I only write to compose a finished. Because it's a brand, he knows that's where he get his money.
Okay, yeah.
He'll stop doing these other things which don't seem to. Hey.
For you, which part do you like the most?
I'm still learning. Right now what I'm doing most is mixing and mastering.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing most. That is. But I'm also learning new forms of music, new forms of mixing and mastering, new opportunities to score a film. It's just learning. I cannot say that now I'm somewhere. No. I feel like for me it's not like a phase.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lifelong journey. Because it's the good thing with production. It's not like being an artist. Artists usually have a shelf life. Okay. Producers can go till old age. Okay? Yeah. That's true. The thing. So there's no need for me to panic that now this guy's that. No, let me learn. Let me learn as much as possible. When I'm old and grey, that's when I say, you know what? Let me now just do this. Okay. Yeah. But for now, I'm trying to learn everything.
What is your view on the current, producers have sort of become, it's like more of artists, you know? It's like, I don't know if you know the new young producers right now who are global. It's like Metro Booming. It's like, he's Metro Booming and he makes trap. You know, it's like he has, I don't want to say trapped himself, but he can't do any other. Because back then, what I understand is like producers, you would go onto any project, literally. As long because you say it's direction, you know, to make it have the right direction. Could produce this, produce that. But now we're having a situation whereby the producers have now sort of taken center stage, and you know, they're like artists now. It's like DJ Khaled, okay. He's a producer, right? But he's known for something. If he comes and he produces like country music, no, people will be like, what are you doing? So what's your view on that, like producer becoming that sort of, you know, artist kind of thing?
He remains a producer. In the real definition of a producer, he remains a producer. The thing is, we confuse it so much with engineering. Producer doesn't have to engineer. Okay. But if he's doing all that stuff and he's also engineering, you guy. Because there's producing stuff and you have an engineer in the studio. Engineer, it's a quiet job. You don't look out there to be noticed. No. The most thing is make sure you get your money that the contract says you should get. Okay. You go to the next job. There's no, hey, look at me, I'm here. No. So I think that is part of marketing, what they're trying to do. I think that's what that is.
Okay. So I wanted to know, because as young guys, we have the thing is like you're too excited, you know. It's like you made a hit song and it's like I want to take it to the radio, I want to put it out, but there's like a system, you know. I like to call it a factory. I don't have a clue how it works here and maybe the music industry, especially in Africa. But for you, what system do you see?
System.
Like for example, I'll give you an example. Back then when you produced Rionga's album, that was a very good album. My phone, I had a BlackBerry.
There were three, which one?
Victory, don't just called Victory. I think Victory
Music.
Yeah. what steps did you go through? Okay, now did you guys sit together? It's like, okay, now we're gonna do this album. Then you started writing and recording. Then the next step, because I realized you guys did the whole project, even up to marketing, even up to the show. You know, up to the end. Because I went to the show. That was my only concert actually I ever gone to, which was at is it?
Legends or Child?
Legends. Yeah, you threw your chain in the crowd. It's like, oh my god, that was really amazing.
You can really record.
No, because that's the thing. Because from your perspective, I don't know. Maybe you guys were working, yeah. But from our perspective, the fans, it's a memory, something you can't forget. Because we were excited, we were happy. So. That's what. Now, what I want. My question is, what steps does a person go from? You have a song idea, okay, and the show. You are here, but you want your thing out there. What do you do? Like, okay, let's say after writing, what's the next step?
You're talking about one song, to release one song, or to release an album?
An album. Let's do an album.
For how many songs?
Can we say EP? EP like 5 songs, yeah.
5 songs. Make 20 or 15.
Okay.
And choose 5.
Okay.
It's very rare unless you over many months and maybe years you meditated over certain 5 specific songs.
Okay.
And now the time has come for you to do them. Maybe. And there's a reason, maybe they have sentimental value or something like that.
Okay.
But as long as you're making stuff for other people to consume, these are people who change almost every month because of trends.
Okay.
So what you talk about, what you sing about has to be relevant at that specific time you release, not the time you compose.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I see. Yeah.
So it's better to keep making a variety, many songs, such that when it comes, all the songs are finished. You listen to them. At that time, you look at what is trending.
Okay.
There will be 5 songs you can pick, not all of them. It's safer than saying let's record 5. By the time you finish 5, now you're listening. This stuff is old.
Yeah.
It was trending when you were writing. There are some instances where you can write timeless songs where they're for any season. People write those songs intentionally are usually country musicians.
Yeah.
So those guys who have no rush, you don't rush them way or wow.
Yeah.
Those are the guys who make timeless music. It's the level, let me say level. It's a level of creativity where you're not bothered by trends. You're not bothered by trends. When you make your thing, you're confident about it. You have your target market there. You know there are people there who can relate to what you're saying. At any given time, you say that you're ready to give it to them. That's another level.
Yeah, because I think that's a level we should all strive for.
That's another level. But mostly it's done by old people. Old people who have some wisdom and mad experiences. They're the ones who do that. The rest are open to fear, peer pressure, trends, things like that.
Okay.
Which is okay. Because everybody grows from somewhere.
Okay.
Even me at some stage, I was not like this.
Okay.
So it is okay. It's fantastic. I cannot diss anybody who is at a certain stage. Maybe I already passed. No.
Okay.
If I'm not helpful to that person, then maybe I'm not as mature as I claim to be.
Okay.
Because you never know. You never know what's in the future.
Yeah.
You never know.
So, okay, after you have produced your song, do you, okay, like for example, the Ugandan perspective, because I want to release some music. I've been writing a lot of music, and I want to release some music. Of course, I want to come here and have a good listen to it, mixing, mastering. By the way, I wanted to ask you, the 450,000, is it also part of the mixing and mastering?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, actually, that's pretty cheap. Okay, so let's say, yeah, I choose these 5 songs. Yeah, then I bring them to you. After the mixing and mastering, yes, now we have the songs, the product. That's the song is the product. What's the next step there? Get artwork done, shoot videos. What's the next step? Because I realize there are many people, maybe, I don't know, but from my perspective, how I've been seeing how people do music is that, people just put it out, then shoot the music video later. Like, I don't know, it's a bit confusing. But I was in a band. We're doing electronic music. But the thing was, even you have the songs, yeah, you have to do the full product, the branding, everything before you even step to a radio station to put it out, or even upload it to iTunes or something like that. You have everything ready. Do you think that's because now, according to what you have told me, that you may be preparing all these things, but then your song is already old, man. So for you, what's your view? You like just put it out, then you do the other branding and stuff later, then, and also how do you put it out? Do you just take it to the radio station? I don't know how it works.
If you have a team that works fast,
Okay.
then you can do that.
But what if you have no team? For example, I have no team at all.
You get a team.
Uh-huh.
There's time for everything. What are you rushing?
Okay. Uh-huh.
You get a team.
So, the team, I need to write this down. Now, tell me more about this team. Whom do I need to get to do what?
It depends on what you need. Sometimes you're getting a team as an artist, as a producer, as what? What's your position first?
My position is I want to be a producer, yeah? But at the same time, I don't want to be the producer who is seated in the studio. Yeah. You know what, let me just say artist. Because, for example, in electronic music, yeah, you are a DJ, right? I don't know if you have heard of this, but for example, Afrojack, right? Big DJ, he makes the music, okay? He plays the music out. That's how you make the money, by touring. Yeah. That's the standard. Is that being a producer, DJ producer? I don't understand. But I would say, in our perspective, would be you are the artist.
Yeah. I don't think we should struggle too much to label.
Yeah.
Because these labels change. Especially in this technology, in this time of technology where people's jobs get taken over by machines.
Okay.
So, if that's how it is, basically, if he sees that's the method that works for him, then fine. He's probably still looking for a proper description because the popular one is not there yet.
Yeah. So now, in this perspective, whom would you suggest I get as the first team member? Whom do I need first? Because I can make the music, I can make my small videos, and I want to play it out. I want to, go out there, clubs. I don't care, but literally, because it's not a popular music brand here. Very few people know it, but it has. I do believe that if I infuse the African thing in it, it has the potential to go global. Because first of all, it's less lyrics, so it's not about what people like understanding what it means, but it's just rhythm, dancing, rhythm. Yeah.
Of course, the requirements of a team now are not like the ones of 2010. Now, I would say get someone who does your online marketing.
Okay.
Everything to do with online. Get somebody who does like be it marketing, be it what. Then get somebody who does artwork.
Okay, artwork. Yeah.
Those two. That's it. The person can do video even better.
Okay.
So the fastest marketing tools you have now. Just those two. Unless you have a big budget.
No.
You want to get a manager, you want to get
no.
a photographer. Just those two.
Just these two.
Then you just do your thing.
Okay.
Those guys, they will not charge you much because they don't do that stuff all the time. They can do it in their free time. And you'll be able to post something every week.
Yeah, at least every week. Because, honestly, I gotta be honest with you, it's really hard.
And every week is a lot.
Yeah. Every week is...
Every week is a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
For music, maybe you can say every month.
Like
Even
one
every
track?
month is still a lot. Because you don't give people time to get used to it. Unless you're starting from zero, you have no tracks at all.
Yeah,
I'm trying to stack up tracks. Fine, then you can do every week, every month.
But when you are...
Then when people start to realize that, hey man, this guy has the key, what, you're going to have to give them time to listen to that old Ziki. And you stop feeding them as frequently. You can do it 2 months. It's basically like a relationship with the people you're supplying. You have to know them. How do they reason? When do they listen to music? Why are they broke? Whatever financial class are they? What kind of issues do they go through? This is all feeds your material because that is the product that they buy.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's just understanding.
Okay.
There's no specific formula that this. Even in production, what you did for the last song is not going to. Is not what you do for this song. No.
That's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's probably why I like it. It's constantly challenging. It's not the kind of job where you're going to go and type in 2 + 2 4. Tomorrow it will still be 4. I think that's the job that will bore me. So yeah.
Okay, you're giving me some really deep points, man. Because honestly, this is actually the main reason why I wanted to meet you is that a lot of artists, I'd say a lot of young people, not just artists, a lot of young people, we don't seek to learn from people who have been there, People want to make their own mistakes. Not that they want to make their own mistakes, but they end up making their own mistakes. Instead of having, if you take off time and have someone talk to you, have someone, learn from someone who has been there before, it can help you actually so much. And the reason why is because you posted about it on Facebook one time. I think some people was like you were inviting some people to come learn from you, but then they didn't come. I don't know what happened, but your post seemed like you have something you want to give out to the younger generation of producers, but it seems no one is interested.
I don't know. I have to check what that post was. I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, okay, let's go to the next question. But your client has come?
No, he's in there. He's discussing business.
Okay, we talked about distribution. What about this thing because here I realize many people listen to radio. No, the question should be, in your view, how do people discover music? Because I'm here.
Online. As by now, that's the fastest way.
Okay.
Online.
You just put it on Facebook and...
Just basically just buy data.
Yeah.
In case you are looking at how expensive things are going to be. Online just.
Okay.
That is the fastest way. And now they have this thing where you can boost. You can pay and your post is boosted.
Okay, yeah.
That's the fastest way. Nobody moves fast as online activity. Nobody. No phone call. Nothing. Hey, this is the fastest.
Because I was thinking, now you come here, you gotta go to radio, it's like pay some people, pay whatever.
Even radios now all make sure that they are always updated online. And they communicate everything they have online.
They're also going online.
Yeah.
So there's no point of going to them to go.
You go there for an interview. and that opportunity you can get online. Of course, you can also get from somebody you know who has talked to the radio people, and then but yeah, the others avenues also. But the fastest, okay, it might not be the fastest as far as getting an interview is concerned, but the fastest for communication is online.
Okay. You have answered so many questions. I had even more because I was going to ask you what are your thoughts on music innovation and longevity, but yeah, you have given it to me. Long term, actually, what you talked about, I think about it. Because my mom one day asked me, I was struggling with that. We want to do this, and she asked me, imagine you're 40 years old. Will you still love this? And my heart was like, yeah. It's like sitting in a computer. I don't even care even if I'm an engineer. I can come, coming from work in the evening, and you sit down and open your laptop, and it's really, really interesting. Really interesting. What else? I also wanted to, because you have offered me your time. I appreciate that. I also wanted to offer you, if you have any, like you want to do pre-mixing or what, sound design, I want to, offer you, and you, because I understand you are very busy, you have many clients. So if there's any work that you feel you don't need to do, you can, pass it on. Because I really want to learn how, even, be involved in this industry here.
How long are you around?
I'm here, I don't know, until forever.
You're using Logic now?
Yeah, I have it. I've been learning it. But
what are you, Ableton? You're most comfortable there?
Yeah, I move very fast in Ableton. But yeah, so yeah, and I want to ask you to be my mentor. Is it okay?
Wow, I'm flattered. Why?
No, honestly.
I'm also learning this stuff.
I understand.
I'm not like at a certain. It's very false to look at yourself like you're at a certain level. It's an indirect way of saying that you've finished learning. Even if you don't say it, just looking at yourself as you're on that level and nobody else is on that level, it means you have stopped learning. Because as long as you keep learning, you just always realize that you're far. You're far. You keep discovering stuff that makes you feel like, wow, these guys are nonsense. Hey. So when you cut that off, that's when you feel like all you can see is behind you. And then fine, you can have achievements, but it will then come in your conversation, because I think it's in the Bible. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. When you are like that, when you are in that state, all you see is your achievements. And if someone talks to you a lot, they'll start to realize that that's mostly what you talk about. I did this, I did this, I did this, I did. That's how somebody can tell you on that. You might not even know it or acknowledge it, but it's a way to check yourself, to make sure that you are making progress. You have to make sure you steer clear of that mentality. It's tempting sometimes. Yeah. It's tempting, but the moment you feel like you are at that zone of you need to check yourself. You might just be cutting off your learning. So I feel like there's a lot to learn. I have no issue with helping, of course. But how long are you around? What are your expectations?
I'm going to be here because I finished school. So my main point actually coming here is I want to feed off my culture. Because music, this whole art, it's the best version of it is the one which is, how can I say, it's you, So I'm a young boy from Rabiragala, that side in Mitong. I want to feed off that side. Even like documenting this, yeah. I don't want to. I'm not. I'm shooting. The dust and whatnot. It's like what people find unpleasant about this place, but it is that which makes this place nice. Which made me who I am. So I want to feed off the culture. That's why I've decided that I'm going to stay here in Uganda. Stay here and Ugandan music. Listen to it because I realized even music production, it is according to where you are, Because when I was in China, what I could produce was, like the boom, boom. Because when you go to the clubs, that's what bangs, You can't play Wizkid in China. People be like, what is that,
Yeah, he has not yet reached there. That's where he has failed to go.
No, actually.
Must be his next study.
Yeah, if he can collab with some... If, for example...
He has to do a song with the China man.
Yeah. If you want to go into that market, you have to do a song with a Chinese guy. And for example, there's like Chinese rap.
Stuff is strong in there.
And it's actually not so hard because I've been in the music industry there and it's more or less like here.
No, I mean their what's the patriotism.
Oh yeah.
It's strong.
Actually, even like for example, Chinese rap, they like trap, yeah. They copied it from the United States, but I knew some guys who were rapping in English, but when they changed it to Chinese, they are global now because they got real to themselves. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna rap in English, Chinese. But they use trap beats, normal beats, and the samples. They use the instruments, Chinese instruments. Yeah. So that's I feel like that art is what. So I want to be here for as long as it takes. Of course, there's travel. You can always travel around, go places, but this is where I am.
Have you heard of, since you've been in China, have you heard about, I don't know if it's in China, the sound in?
The sound in? No.
I'm just curious about, it's a studio. It's a major studio. I think it's in China. It's called the Sound In.
Maybe this one is like Beijing, because I was not in the big city. I was in a small city. So it's a small city, but it's kind of big. In East China, that's where I was studying. But there, in that city, actually, when I went there was like 2-3 studios, but big, it's just like this studio, really big, and clients are huge clients. Yeah. I interned in one, but the guy wouldn't let me touch the board. He's like, no, just stick the computer. Yeah. But the music out there is, I can say they're still at the rock level.
Rock level?
No, rock.
Rock level? What's the rock level?
It's like the phases of music, yeah? When there was